Yo, what up guys, it's 5D here. This is a huge Noob2Pro update on day 124. Why? Because yesterday I updated you guys that we're going to beat dungeon content at level 17 for the Arbiter missions. After that mission, it requires us to also beat that same dungeon content on full auto at level 20 of those dungeons. I really wanted today's video to be a success story to show that I've beat dungeon 17, all of them, and also dungeon 20, all of them. But we have a slight hiccup along the road, and I hope you guys can give me some feedback on how to get past it, because I've tried everything. All right, so what am I talking about? If you head over to the missions right there, you see that I've cleared all dungeon 17 content. Yes, it's kind of easy because we had good gear and good champions for that. But dungeon 20 content is not that easy because you need specific champions, especially HP bond for the spider. But you can see me clearing dungeon 20 for Fire Knight. You see me clearing dungeon 20 for Ice Golem and also for the dragon, which is easy. It's only the spider which we don't have an HP bond champion. Now I know HP bond is not the only way to clear dungeon 20 content. You can come in there with enemy max HP champions and nuke that spider queen down. I'm talking about Cold Heart, Royal Guard, Amiga, those three champions which we do have in the team. But guess what? If you don't have that crit damage gauntlet, if you don't have that crit damage amulet, those two things, your crit damage won't be as high as you want it to be. Also, if you don't have Savage set, your Cold Heart will not be nuking for 1 million plus damages like you want her to do. We also do have a what's his name now, Renegade, who is supposed to reset those skills and allow your Cold Heart and Royal Guard go again, but still yet my damage is not yet there. The content or the artifacts we have on this champion so far are artifacts that we found from the Dragon 20, so it's not like end game gear, so our Cold Heart is not taking half of the boss damage down. She's doing at about 800k damage. That's with decreased defense out there also. So this is the team that I'm trying to use to beat Spider 20, so that we can finally have that good news of the Arbiter missions completed, so we can move on to other content. But this is the hiccup. I just wanted to give you guys the update today that Dragon 20 is done, Fire Knight 20 is done, and I'll show you that team that did it, and also Ice Golem 20 is done. I'll show you the team that did it. But let me first of all put this problem to you so you can maybe suggest solutions in the comments below. Now, as you can see, I did not focus on turn meter control in this team because I just wanted to come in here and take down this Spider Queen. Now, Rector Drat is not the original plan. The original plan is to put in, instead of revive and survival, I put in a renegade out there. So I'm coming here with nuke, and then a reset. This is the original plan, right? With this original plan, I could survive the what's his name now, Ultimate Death Knight could survive the hits from the spiderlings long enough for my Renegade to do a reset and for my Cold Heart and Royal Guard to go again. I've also tried to put Renegade in the leader slot to increase the attack a little bit, so maybe the damage I do can be, you know, higher than usual with some extra attack right there. I've also tried this combination. It's just not there. What usually happens is, I don't want to run it. What usually happens is we take the first turn, we take the second turn after Renegade resets, and then everything just goes bad because my UDK dies. Once UDK dies, they start going for the Cold Heart. So Cold Heart does not get to go her second turn. That's the issue with this build. So if there was a tank I could put to maybe keep the spiderlings from attacking me, I was like, all right, let me try Achak the rendering. Like, Achak is supposed to freeze the spiderlings from coming in hot and hitting me, right? So I tried Achak, but guess what? Achak is negative affinity for level 20. So that means his freeze does not land all the time. So that based on RNG, sometimes it freezes 2 spiderlings, sometimes it freezes more than 2. So I was thinking, should I put masteries on Achak that gives him the higher chances of freezing, or do I get books on him? He's currently not fully booked also. My Royal Guard is also not fully booked, which makes him kind of not get to his kill fast enough. Let me quickly check. So I was trying to see, maybe I can delay all this and wait till I fully book these champions, and maybe by then I'll get a breakthrough. Let's see. CVC next week, it's not gonna have personal reward. See, Royal Guard is not booked. So this skill, after Renegade resets it, it doesn't really need to be booked, right? But this damage, I feel like it's something that I need to actually nuke really hard. So that's something that I think will need to happen. Currently, I was putting books my epic books, I spent it on this dude, and I got his cooldown of this freeze. No, that's the block buff. I wanted the cooldown on the freeze to come, but instead all the books that I spent on him went towards this block buff 1 and this A2. So I hope to get him cooldown so I could run this is a fast team, right? This is, you agree now, this is a fast spider team. But I could run a slow one that requires a UDK, that requires an apothecary. A slow team for that spider will look something like an apothecary coming in right there for us to survive long enough. An Amiga coming right there, keeping the turn meter down. The Spider Queen will still take a turn on that type of team because we're not fast enough, right? Check out Spider 19. We used 33 minutes to beat it on manual. That was a pain. So if Spider 19 took me that long, I guess that's why Spider 20 is being so difficult. So the slow team that I was thinking about putting in right here to try it was UDK, Freeze, Tyrell, of course, no Cold Heart for this slow team, no Renegade, but instead an Apothecary, and I need one more, another Reviver. So this seems like we don't have any damage right there to take the Spider Links, and I was like, let me take out Achak and put in my, what do you call this person now? If I take out Achak, who do I replace him with? Since it's negative affinity for Spider 20, an Amiga will do. But if I have my healer and reviver, do I really need an ultimate Death Knight to tank? Yes, because the Spiderlings can easily take anybody down if I don't have that UDK in this team. But if I take out UDK and I put in maybe another speed booster so it goes very fast, or I put Achak so that one can maybe take things slow a little bit. As for Deliana, she doesn't help here. She just comes in to nuke everything, and they can't really take down the Spiderlings fast enough on this one. So this is not a time to begin to try to kill all Spiderlings. So maybe, I don't know. You guys let me know the combination that you see that can work in this team. Besides the combination of the team, gear actually matters, and I feel like these champions are geared well enough. I'm talking about, if I head over to the stats, you see my Amiga is in relentless sets of 206. Well, it's not up to 250 speed, but at least over 200 speed. Tyrell 194 speed. Royal Guard is slow, but is not there for speed. Apothecary 295 speed. So Rectodrat 203. I feel like these champions have good speed, but I might have to revisit my artifact and see what I can upgrade from them. So that's why I went into the dungeons right now. Dragon tournament is currently going on, and it has an epic skill tome at the top of the leaderboard. I was like, I need skill tomes right now. Let me grab that skill tome. So I'm spending gems right now farming the dragon to get that one epic skill tome that is available for that dragon tournament, while at the same time getting some silver, because I ran out of silver while I was leveling all these champions for 17 content and level 20 content, and silver was exhausted. So that's where we are in the Noob2Pro update for the tournament. I mean, for the Arbiter missions that we've been looking forward to beating. And finally, I thought I was going to have issues with Fire Knight, but it was easy. And Spider, it seems like the one that is going to hold us down. But despite having a Cold Heart and Royal Guard, it makes no sense. Anyways, I'll look forward to your suggestions below and see what we can come up with. For Fire Knight, let me show you the team that made it possible. I'll do a dedicated video about these teams and do the runs like from beginning to the end and put that all in one video. Right now I just want to beat the spider first before I make that video to show you how I beat Dungeon 20 content for the Arbiter mission. So that will be another video for another day when I'm successful. For now, we are still doing trial and errors. All right, this is the team that take down the Fire Knight at level 20. It was an easy one because Rectodrat and Apothecary means nobody dies. Of course, Cold Heart will go down several times during the waves, no problem. We'll always revive and heal through all the damage, and finally we are able to get to the boss where Apothecary and Cold Heart can take down the shield with A1 from Amiga and somebody else take down the shield, and Amiga can keep the shield down the entire battle. The boss does not put the shield back up because of that high speed Apothecary and that high speed, well, sort of high speed Amiga, including Cold Heart, Heartseeker, which can come in sometimes and just remove it. Now Tyrell is negative affinity for this run, but sometimes his A3 still does help me take down the tormentor of the boss. Sometimes he will get a weak hit as usual. All right, that's the team that made Fire Knight 20 possible. it means that we can now farm Fire Knight. It's time for us to start getting some Savage gear, because if we had Savage gear on Cold Heart and Royal Guard, damn, that spider would have been donezo by now. Savage is the way to go, but I don't have Savage, therefore we are coming in there hitting for 800k damage. If we had Savage, we would have been able to ignore the defense of this boss, of this Spider Queen, and just take her down in just 1 or 2 hits from Royal Guard, and just going. You know how they do it. So I hope to make that possible soon. So is it time for us to start farming the Fire Knight for that Savage gear, or do we start farming the Dragon right now for still speed gear or stuff? I don't know which one to focus on, but for now I need that epic skill tome. That's why I'm farming Dragon 20. Speaking of that Dragon 20, if I head over to the Dragon tournament that is going on, I did try to beat it at 24. Yes, I did try, but check out the time that I spent on 24. It's successful, yes, but that's a 15 minutes run. The first wave alone, it's 5 minutes. The second wave, 5 minutes, and then the boss itself 5 minutes. So that's a 15 minutes run, and it's not worth pushing for that Dragon at that level if you're gonna do 15 minutes run at that level. So this is the team that currently beats this Dragon for me at Dragon 20, a reasonable time, and I have Deliana right here, increasing her HP so she can do more damage. That's a good looking Deliana that I built out, and she does have counter attack, which makes her take down the waves faster. She's useless for me for the boss. I do not need her, and Frozen Banshee can take care of the boss just fine at Dragon 20 or 24. So why is it so slow? Rector Drat is why Dragon 24 is so slow, and Apothecary makes it fast, but people do go down, and then she keep reviving them. Apothecary keep healing, people still keep going down, and yeah, it's just a circle of a very slow run of heals and revives. That's the main issue. I clearly do not have enough damage to take down Dragon 24 in 1 turn or 2 turn of them rotating. So it takes 3 turns of circling through our skills to finally get them down one by one, because Deliana's, I think A2 is the one that actually nukes somebody down, not her AoE. Her AoE helps, but that single target one really takes somebody down easily with the help of Stereo's decreased defense. So that's the Dragon team. I could improve it by removing removing Rector Drat, right, and adding some more damage, but somebody will go down. I tried Royal Guard in the leader slot. Royal Guard keeps going down just like a Cold Heart. Very squishy champion. You might say UDK in the leader slot will keep Royal Guard alive, but remember, one of those hoardings or those, they don't do single hits, they do multiple hits, and then that keeps killing Royal Guard or any nuker that I bring in right here. So the only way is to do AoE damage through Deliana or Kale, who can still do nukes with AoE. So that's the only way I can get through the waves fast enough. So until when I build a better champion, we're looking forward to using this champion Maranix in place of Terrell. That maybe that will help us in Dragon 24 to make it faster, because she comes in there with not just decreased defense and hex, but also she has some damage coming in right there, not like Terrell that doesn't do more damage. Although he's built with high defense, though his crit is not capped, his crit damage is also not capped. All right, that's the Dragon team that I wanted to showcase that made it possible for me to beat 20 and 24, but 24 is too slow right now, so I'm not going to run it until Rector Drat is no longer needed. Let's head over to the Fire Knight team, to the Ice Golem team that made 24 possible on auto. This is all on auto. Now on manual I would be able to do the spider probably, but it has to be on auto. This is a reasonable time to beat Ice Golem, and I was surprised, but the main thing to note in this team is that Frozen Banshee just comes in there and takes down the boss, but we don't kill the boss unless we kill the side arts. So on full auto, they keep focusing on the side arts, and then when the side arts are dead, that's when Frozen Banshee goes in at the boss and takes it down. She does have enough speed right there coming in from Apothecary to place that poison sensitivity, then place a poison, so she doesn't wait until the next turn to place it. So she's very fast. My Frozen Banshee is fast enough, over 200 speed, 220 speed I think, to place poison sensitivity and also place poisons at the same turn before the boss takes a turn. That's why the poison bar is full. I do have other poisoners in the team like Steel Skull or like this champion that I'm building, but she is the best right now for that role of a poisoner for both Dragon and for the Ice Golem. So that's the team that take down Ice Golem 20. We're not going to push it any further. We don't need to be farming Ice Golem 24. It's Dragon 24 that we need, so we can get better speed gear and better artifacts in lifesteal and all that stuff. So that's this main stuff and main update that I wanted to show you. It's a big one. It's a big one. You agree with me that we've been looking forward to this day when we finally get this Arbiter, but it seems like we got stuck at one stage, and that is the spider. So I'll be looking forward to your comments below what you think my spider team should look like. We do not have an HP burn. Achak, I know, is MVP for spider, but unfortunately spider 20 is weak affinity. Else this would have been so easy. Once the spiderlings are frozen, I have enough time to take down that boss. But unfortunately this time around, Achak is not fully booked. It's negative affinity, and it's really affecting my run in Dragon 20. I do have 2 heavy nukers who don't have savage or who don't have good crit damage sets. They still have 5-star crit damage glove, 5-star crit damage amulet. Maybe I need 6-star crit damage stuff. And then of course they do have masteries on them, Cold Heart and Renegade. So Cold Heart and Royal Guard. That's this update I wanted to share. Amiga is there. Everybody, you've seen the full team. I'm looking forward to any suggestions of team you can come up with, and also gear stats recommendations, because I feel like I have enough stats, but if it requires us on the Noob2Pro to farm an additional 1 month or maybe 2 weeks before we can attempt this again, it's fine, because sometimes when you get stuck at content like this, you have no choice but to go back and start farming new gear and start re-gearing your champions to be better in terms of damage, speed, survivability. Once you can get that done, you can come back to that content and beat it. So right now I think my weakest link is what's his name now, Ultimate Death Knight, who is supposed to be a tank for the entire battle, but once he goes down, my Cold Heart gets targeted. So I feel like he's the best champion that I need to re-gear right now. If I get good gauntlets in terms of 6-star pieces of what do you call it, crit damage, I might put it on Cold Heart and also Royal Guard. Also, that's 2 content I also hope to change soon. All right guys, that's all I have for this Noob2Pro update. It's a huge one. I'm looking forward to beating spider and then come with an update to tell you that we finally have Arbiter. Just a little hiccup on the road, but we'll get past it. I just don't want to show only success. I also wanted to show the struggle along the way, to show you how we'll get through this content. A short update for the Noob2Pro update. Those who are still going for the Maranix and Morrigan fusion, good luck. 2 events left, artifact announcement and Ice Golem. I'm waiting for that for tomorrow so I can maybe re-gear 1 champion and come to you tomorrow with a new champion spotlight. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy weekend and good luck with all your shard pulls. Later guys.